Hey everybody, this is Joby and I am at the Golden Vendor. Today's a little bit different. It's White Strakes Mayhem, so it's only going to be gold jewelry. Okay, let's go take a look at what she's got. What you got? Tell me now. We have the Afflicted ring, 500,000 gold, and the 5-piece bonus set is when you deal damage, you deal 1,503 damage to the target. The enemy is then afflicted with disease status effect applying minor defile to the target, reducing their healing perceived and health recovery by 8% for 4 seconds. This effect can occur once every 4 seconds and scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Elysian ring. Increase your health recovery by 2% of the sum total of your physical resistance and spell resistance up to the amount of 1320. Battalion Defender or ring. Yeah, not order. What am I talking about? When you block, heal yourself or a group member within 15 meters of you for 1852 health. This effect can occur once every 1 second and scales off your max health. Battlefield Acrobat. Reduces the cost of all your abilities by 6%. Curse Eating Ring. When you heal yourself or an ally with a direct heal ability, remove up to 3 negative effects from them. If a negative effect was removed this way, your target resistance restores 672 magicka. This effect can occur every 8 seconds per target. Deadly Ring. Increase the damage your damage over time and channeled abilities do by 15%. Eagle-Eyed Ring. Just a 3 bonus. The third bonus is adds 1652 critical chance to your ranged direct damage abilities. Innervating Ring. When you deal direct damage, you have a 10% chance to create an area under the target that detonates after 1 second, applying Innervating Aura for 10 seconds to enemies within 5 meters. Innervating Aura lowers the health recovery, magicka recovery, and stamina recovery of your enemy players by 129 per player hit. The effect can occur once every 15 seconds. Hew and Sunder Ring. When you deal damage with a heavy attack, gain 1236 offensive penetration for each enemy within 8 meters of your target for 10 seconds. This effect can occur once every 7 seconds. Rothgar's Ring. Stunning or immobilizing your enemy causes them to burst with frost magic, applying the chilled status effect and dealing 13% of their total physical and spell resistance as frost damage to themselves and enemies within 8 meters of them. This effect can occur once every 7 seconds, ignores spell resistance, and cannot be blocked. Indomitable Fury Ring. After breaking free, you gain major protection and minor heroism for 7 seconds, reducing your damage taken by 5% and generating 1 ultimate every 1.5 seconds. Langueur of Parite. You deal 6% increased damage to blocking players when you deal light attack damage to an enemy that is immune to crowd control. Apply Langueur for 10 seconds, reducing their magical recovery and stamina recovery by 248. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Lecky's Ring. Reduces the damage done with area effect attacks by 5%, but grants major evasion at all times, reducing your damage taken from area effect attacks by 20%. Mara's Balm. When a negative effect is removed from you, restore 1482 health. This effect can occur once every 1 second. When you take damage, have 6 or more negative effects, restore 1482 health per negative effect, and then cleanse all. This effect can occur once every 30 seconds. Marksman's Ring. Reduce the cost of your stamina abilities by 5%. And increase the damage of your bow abilities against players by 8%. Plague Break. Dealing direct damage causes player enemies to become a plague carrier, dealing 4,550 disease damage over 10 seconds and applying the disease status effect. If the plague is removed early, it explodes and deals 3,352 disease damage to all enemies within 8 meters of the carrier, increasing by 50% per enemy hit. This effect can occur once every 20 seconds per target. once per attack and scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Rallying Cry Ring. While Battle Spirit is active, critically healing yourself or an ally causes you and up to 11 other group members within 12 meters to gain 300 weapon and spell damage, and 1650 critical resistance for 20 seconds. Each group member affected reduces the weapon and spell damage by 15 and critical resistance by 83. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. Ravaging Ring. Each time you attempt to reduce the target's physical or spell resistance, you gain a stack of Ravager for 5 seconds, increasing your weapon and spell damage by 146. You can gain a stack every 1 second. At 4 stacks, the duration doubles but cannot be refreshed. Ring of Almexia's Mercy. When you take damage, you heal you and your group member within 7 meters of you for 4,588 health over 3 seconds. This effect can occur once every 3 seconds and scales off the higher of your max magic or stamina. Ring of Alteration Mastery. Reduces the cost of your abilities by 6%. Ring of Ancient Grace. Three-piece set adds 2,406 maximum magicka. And 2 items adds 1096 maximum magicka. Ring of Beckoning Steel. Generate an aura that causes you and your 11 group members from the aura to take 10% less damage from projectiles. This bonus persists through death. You can only be affected by 1 instance of Beckoning Steel. Ring of Cyrodiil's Crest. Adds when you block heal for 5,927 health. This effect can occur once every 4 seconds and scales off your max health. Ring of Cyrodiil's Light. When you're casting or channeling ability, your damage taken is reduced by 15%. When you're interrupted, your next magicka ability will cost no magicka. Ring of Cyrodiil's Ward. When you deal martial melee damage, you apply Major Defile to the enemy for 4 seconds, reducing their healing received and health recovery by 16%. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. Ring of Dark Convergence. Casting abilities that leave an effect on the ground will create an area that applies a 60% snare and pulls enemies after a 1 second delay, stunning them for 1 second. After 4 seconds, the area deals 3,740 magic damage to all enemies in the 10-meter area, and a 7,480 magic damage to enemies within 3 meters of the center, increasing by 50% for each target. This effect can occur once every 25 seconds and scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Ring of Elk Bane. While in combat, increases the duration of your flame damage over time abilities by 5 seconds. This effect does not work with beam or channeled effects. Ring of Vasala's Guile. Adds 1487 armor, and while in combat, you apply Minor Defile to any enemy that comes within 5 meters of you for 2 seconds, and reducing their healing received and health recovery by 8%. Ring of Fury. When you take damage, your weapon and spell damage is increased by 24 for 5 seconds, stacking up to 20 times. This effect can occur once every half second. Upon reaching 20 stacks, the duration is doubled, but no longer can be refreshed. Ring of Imperial Wrath. 3 item set. 2 items adds 129 weapon and spell damage, and 3 items adds 325 weapon and spell damage to your ranged direct damage abilities. Ring of Kyan's Kiss. When you deal direct damage while 12 meters or further from your target, you heal for 1694 health and restore 1314 stamina. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds, and the heal scales off the higher of your max magicka or stamina. Ring of Nocturnal's Play. When you directly apply a major debuff to an enemy, remove a major buff with a duration from the target. When you directly apply a minor debuff, remove a minor buff from the target. These effects can both occur once every 15 seconds, and a target can be affected once every 15 seconds. This does not apply to abilities with delays. Ring of the Archmage. When you complete a fully charged heavy attack, you gain an additional 506 magical recovery for 10 seconds. Ring of the Desert Rose. When you take damage, you have a 25% chance to restore 2012 magicka. This effect can occur once every 4 seconds. Ring of the Hawkeye. Reduces the cost and increases the damage of your bow abilities. Ring of the Heartland. Reduces your damage taken from siege weapons in player area of effect abilities by 10%. Ring of the Juggernaut. When you take damage while under 30% health, heal for 9,141 health immediately and gain 20,000 armor for 15 seconds. This effect can occur once every 1 minute, and the heal scales off your max health. Ring of the Morag Tong. When you deal direct damage, you cause the enemy to take 10% more damage from poison and disease attacks for 5 seconds. Ring of the Potatoes. Okay, it's actually Ring of the Potentates, but we're going to call it Potatoes. This is a three item set. Reduces the damage taken from players by 3%. Reduces the cost of your ultimate abilities by 15%. Ring of the Sentry. Adds 266 weapon and spell damage, and when you begin to crouch, gain stealth detection for 10 seconds. This effect can be activated only every 30 seconds. Ring of the Shadow Walker. While you're sneaking or invisible and not moving, heal for 2150 health and restore 2150 stamina every second. Ring of the Swift. Reduce damage taken from players by 10%. Ring of the Valiant. Reduces the cost of break free by 40%. Ring of Transmutation. When you heal yourself or an ally with a healing over time ability, grant them 1400 critical resistance for 5 seconds. Ring of the Vengeance Leech. Adds 1206 maximum health, and when you kill an enemy, you heal for 3714 health and restore 2772 magic and stamina. Ring of Vicious Death. When you kill a player, first adds 1487 offensive penetration. When you kill a player, they violently explode for 1535 flame damage to all other enemies in a 5-meter radius. This effect scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Soldier of Anguish. Your melee light attacks place a ring on the ground that explodes after 1.3 seconds, applying 4830 heal absorption to all enemies hit for 4 seconds, negating next 4,830 points of healing done. This effect can occur once every 6 seconds. Spell Strategist Ring. When you deal damage with a light attack, you place a mark over your target for 5 seconds, granting you 460 weapon and spell damage against your marked target. This effect can occur once every 4 seconds. Steadfast Hero Ring. When you cleanse a negative effect from yourself or an ally, gain major protection for 10 seconds, reducing your damage taken by 10%. This effect can occur once every 12 seconds. Well, that's it, and these rings cost 500 alliance points, and they are gold. So come and get them. I'm going to Hollow City now, and I certainly hope you'll join me. All right, so I've landed in Hollow City, and here is our good friend Zenil Theron. Let's see what he's got. What you got?
Exquisite home.
Ooh, it's all plants. Alakir cactus. Buckthorn. Fern woody sloth. Slough. Garlos alpina branching. Mushroom tufted cap. Mushroom twisted tufted cap. Palm blooming tropical. Flytrap. Void flower. Those look nice. White hosta. Alright, so this is the plants. It's a lot of them here, and we've got a big variety. So come on out and get them if you want them. So please give me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and leave a message in the comment section. Tell me what you're going to do with any of these items that you might get here. I always love hearing, what the people do with the plants. Join me on Discord, the most chill Discord server on the planet. There's a link in the description, and if you're not doing anything, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, follow me on Twitch. The guild is closed for business now. We're not accepting any members, so I'm sorry about that. All right. So until that time, let's get paid.